like music.
Hustling pains, I was writing these games in the cold nights. Marble on floors, but it started from shadows and broke lights. Moves in the dark, I was charting the blueprint for gold life. Pressure on steel, that's the reason the diamond mean we won't fall. I came from the cracks, now I'm watching the city from sky seats. Money on time, every second invested define me. Numbers on codes, every page of the ledger remind me that nothing is sweet. Every victory built from the grind. See, stack after stack, had to carve out the lane. I'm a lone wolf, count every scar, every strike on my skin is its own proof. Weight on my name, but the burden behind it was stone roof. Brought in the pain, every lesson I paid was its own truth. Bags in the safe, every lock on the vault got a long pass. Moves in the night, every motion I made had a strong cast. Stood in the flames, but the fire that hit me was all gas. Hustling pains, every part of the journey was raw glass. Hustling pains, that's the way that the crown gets raised. Weight on my name, every step in the storm got paid. Moves in the dark, I was building the throne from flames. Hustling pains, hustling pains, hustling pains. Hustling pain, that's the way that the crown gets raised. Weight on my name, every step in the storm got paid. Moves in the dark, I was building the throne from flames. Hustling pains, hustling pains, hustling pains. Look at the grind, this is blueprint written in hard facts. Cash on the tray, but the path to the top had a sharp track. Never complain, every loss in my path had a call back. Ruthless approach, every choice on the map had a mark tag. Bricks on the plan, every step in the field was a cold test. Pressure on me, but the goal at the end never showed stress. Silent in war, every move that I made had its own chest. Thinking in pain, but the outcome I keep is a bold flex. Gloss on the wheel, but the journey behind it was floor grit. Shoes on the ground, every mile that I walk had a raw hit. Paper involved, but the hunger inside never paused it. Vision on steel, every corner I checked had a law fit. Winning in shadows, the city don't know what I crawled through. Money in stacks, but the nights that I bled never called you. Battles in silence, the part of my story they all knew. Hustling pains, every brick on my back had to fall through. Hustling pain, that's the way that the crown gets raised. Weight on my name, every step in the storm got paid. Moves in the dark, I was building the throne from flames. Hustling pains, hustling pains, hustling pains. Hustling pain, that's the way that the crown gets raised. Weight on my name, every step in the storm got paid. Moves in the dark, I was building the throne from flames. Hustling pains, hustling pains, hustling pains. Built from the storm, I was carving the throne in the hard rain. Blood on the shoes, every step that I took had a sharp strain. Carried the load, but I broke through the walls with a car frame. Numbers on boards, now I'm counting the wins with a calm brain. Life on the line, I was betting my breath on a deep plan. Streets on alert, every day I was moving in quicksand. Tables and rooms, now I sit with the wealthy and big brands. But hustling pains was the reason I grew in the big hands. Gold on my wrist, but the weight on my arm was a long fight. Glass on the doors, now the entrance I walk is a strong sight. Bag on the side, but the journey before didn't feel right. Pain on the roof, but the pressure I carry was all might. Silent and driven, the blueprint I carry is road coded. Nothing was given, every dollar I made was low noted. Came with a vision, every dream in my mind I wrote floated. Hustling pains, now the crowns on my desk feel a gold coated. Hustling pains, that's the way that the crown gets raised. Weight on my name, every step in the storm got paid. Moves in the dark, I was building the throne from flames. Hustling pains, hustling pains, hustling pains. Hustling pains, now the blueprint is carved in stone. Lessons and scars, every move that I made on my own. Weight on the crown, but the throne that I built stands and grown. Hustling pains, now the legacy runs full blown. Hustling pains, now the blueprint is carved in stone. Lessons and scars, every move that I made on my own. Weight on the crown, but the throne that I built stands grown. Hustling pains, now the legacy runs full blown.